Hello, my name's Revenge, and welcome to episode 2 of REV's Real Talk, a show where I give my unfiltered opinion about basically anything. Now that the Christmas season is over, I think it's about time I had a change of decoration, don't you think? Doll, sweetie, do you mind? Love you, babe. Mwah. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about school and the toxic culture that it breeds. Now, it should go without saying that school is a valued institution of education, when it's not being run by complete retards. But that's an entirely different can of worms that, although not completely unrelated, warrants an entire video in and of itself. Now, if you've been on my channel for long enough, it's no secret that I grew up in Ohio. Ohio is one of those states where it sort of has an identity crisis. Depending on where you live, it can be very nice, middle class, and inviting, or it can be complete ghetto garbage where you would never go there unless you were going to buy meth. Take one wild guess where my school was. You guessed it, ghetto garbage. Now, for legal reasons, I'm not going to name the specific school I went to, because schools tend to be very litigious when you talk shit, especially the ones that are shit. All I'm going to say is that growing up at the schools I went to, I saw firsthand the toxic social culture that these schools bred. The same toxic social culture that you see on TikTok and general social media. A toxic popularity contest between cliques that enforced a tribal mentality. An endless but ultimately meaningless dick measuring contest that is won not through displays of skill and triumph, but through who can be the biggest retard or toxic asshole. We had kids that were so stupid and desperate for validation from their peers that they would jump from the top of our stadium bleachers, which were pretty fucking high, just to prove that they were one of the cool kids. Well, they just proved that they're one of the dumb kids. And I know some of you are probably going to say, Rev, you're 27 now. Surely after 10 years, we've evolved beyond that. Have you seen TikTok?
It's a TikTok trend that is sparking concern, with people kicking in doors to homes. CTV's Jessica Smith spoke to a local woman who was left startled and has more on the message and warning from police.
Kylie Sousa says she was visiting her parents in Cambridge 2 weeks ago when she got a notification from her home security system showing a person kicking her door.
At first, I thought, is this person like trying to break into my house?
Looking at the footage again, she realized it appeared to be something else.
An individual coming up to our front door, turn around and basically like donkey kick our front door.
A similar incident happening in Port Dover last weekend, where 3 youths are seen filming themselves knocking and then kicking open a door before running away.
Again, things like this are driven by the clout-fueled culture that schools perpetuate. And it's this exact same culture that also perpetuates bullying. Why make a clown of yourself when you can make a clown of someone you don't like? Why don't you like them? I don't fucking know. Maybe it's because they are just existing wrong. It's honestly kind of disturbing the depths that bullies are willing to plunge to in order to attack their targets. Harassment at school, making hate pages online, even going as far as to stalk them at their homes and do shit there. You're pretty fucked up if you do the first two, but you're especially fucked up if you do the third. And what is it for, ultimately? Because once your senior year is over and you leave those high school walls behind, all that clout that you built up by being a jackass won't matter. You aren't going to get a job because you stuffed a kid in a locker, pissed on their possessions, or beat up autistic children. You aren't going to become a billionaire because you stalked the house of someone you bullied just so you can let their dog loose so they can never see them again. Society is very utilitarian at its core. If you do not possess skills that have any monetary value, you will be tossed to the side and they will ask for the next person in line. And as the saying goes, the toes you step on today might be attached to the ass you have to kiss tomorrow. This saying is especially prevalent for those who are working during or after college or high school, as it is very likely that you will end up working with some of your classmates. And God help you if you bullied someone that eventually ends up being your fucking manager. Most of my bullies eventually ended up killing themselves because, one, they had no valuable skills because they were too focused on being jackasses during class. Two, most jobs they applied to were managed by people that they bullied in the past, burning any bridge they might have had to a potential job. And three, some of them ended up getting involved in drugs, ended up getting felony charges, which ultimately fucked them even harder in their search for a job because no one wants to hire a felon. And sure, technically, you can't turn someone away for simply having a felony on their record, but that doesn't mean they can't bullshit their way out of hiring you. When you become a felon, you lose the following: the right to vote, traveling abroad, the right to bear arms or own guns, jury service, employment in certain fields, public social benefits and housing, and parental benefits. In short, social school culture ultimately produces losers. People who not only have no value in society, but also pose an active detriment to it. Toxic individuals high on the fumes of narcissism and self-grandeur. Assholes who
don't think ahead.
But that about wraps up this video. If you liked it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord server so you never miss a video. This is Revenge, and I hope to hear from you soon.